Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Thursday, October 23rd, right through the cruising through October here. And let's see what the market's doing. It doesn't look bad. Tesla's down on them earnings, but all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody this morning? And let's go and see. And that RBNE is popped up. We were talking about it yesterday. And we'll go right through our Jolie's jumpers right here with AREB, and that one did look good. And look at that bad boy just jumping up there this morning. It was looking pretty strong, and there you go for AREB. Oh, what the heck did I do? I hate when I do that. And then I got to go back in here and do this. Hold on. AREB, there we go. And yeah, look at that bad boy curling up. That's an American footwear apparel one right there. And they've been running around, but we were looking at that. And BATL is an oil one, and that was looking good last night. And there you go, BATL. Let's see, it ran up yesterday, and then it's just kind of running around this morning right there. So we'll be keeping an eye on all them. BENF had run up big yesterday, just kind of ran around this morning. And BRN is another one. Barnwell Industries ran up big yesterday and just run around. EONR, another one that ran up bigger, higher today, got up to 82. And now we're at 69. So that is your EONR, and we'll see how they open up. Houston American Energy was jumping up yesterday. So all these energy ones. IMPP was another one. The Imperial Petroleum, and that ran up yesterday. And again, we'll have to see how these all open up. INDO, same situation right there. Another oil and gas one. Indonesia Energy, I think it's oil and gas, it's something energy. And anyway, MGN right here, Megan Holdings. Remember this one? This one got rocking and rolling yesterday and got running. Megan Holdings, we had seen this thing. And NINE, NINE, was running up. Nine Energy Service yesterday, just kind of pulling back. We looked at RBNE, and that ran up yesterday in a little bit of healthy pullback right there. Rich Tech Robotics was dipping hard yesterday. Looks like it's trying to curl its way back up, or at least try to anyway. And SGBX right here is that Safe and Green Holdings. That's been running up and looking pretty good. T-Pet's another one. Trio Petroleum, another oil one, not looking bad. They might keep running. And then 4U's, Luis Rodriguez was talking about this one, Energy Fuels, and that was curling up yesterday. VTYX. Ventix Biosciences, that was running up yesterday, a little bit of pullback there this morning. And WTO, now that one's getting set up. Isn't this a China one? If I remember, I always think that, and it's not. I think WTO. It is a China one right there. All right, that's that one. So yeah, maybe this one will add to our watch list right here, WTO, and see what it wants to do as we get cruising. And literally YDKG, I just looked down and saw it on the list from last night, and there you go. And that one's starting to curl up, and boom, there you go. Another one from last night. And ZONE, let's see what that's up to right here. And that thing is just kind of hanging out at the basement. So we'll be watching that. What's Beyond doing right there? Dipping down even harder. So there you go with that. And AIRE is too. So they didn't last very long. That's for sure. Donut, that was pulling back some. So just quick hype right there. YYAI also pulling back a little bit. Couldn't keep the momentum. EPWK, that could get cruising up there, so we'll be keeping our eyes on that one. NASST's been dipping down, and let's watch that as well, see if that gets curled up. Cake was up this morning a little bit. There you go, CAKE. And QSI, let's see what that's doing. And these quantum ones we might want to go through because they look like they're bouncing up. They were up like 10%. I think there's some news about Trump or something, like getting into it. The Trump administration and talks over equity stakes. And so that's like all of these guys. And QUBT, I don't know if that one was in there, but QBTS, D-Wave was. And like I said, that's a pretty big one right there. And what else? IONQ was part of that crew right there. So they are bouncing, but they don't look like they're completely ready. But they came off that 50, and that's all they really needed to do. So interesting, huh? How that timing is. That's what I'm always fascinated about there. Bert Lee, 1955, because it is fascinating when you see this, and then you see that news come out exactly when it needs to. And that's why I said this administration has it down to a science, guys. You don't even have to worry They know exactly what they're doing, and we've been talking about that for a while. AREB definitely looking good there, running now. As a matter of fact, as we were just talking about it, and it is running up some more right there. You're absolutely right. So there you go. AREB looking pretty good. What's LDI doing? That one looks pretty good going into today, and it is jumped up a little bit. Keep an eye on this thing going into our CPI tomorrow. So that'll be interesting. And again, here is the schedule for today. It's initial jobless claims or something at 8:30. Continuous jobless claims, and then initial ones, all them, and then tomorrow the CPI, core inflation, and all that good stuff. So we'll be watching out for all that. I'll tell you what was setting up right here. Microsoft looking really good right there. And we'll see if it wants to get through and get cruising. So Microsoft, you might see some news get dropped with that. And yeah, it's looking pretty healthy right there, I must say. That's a nice setup. So keep an eye on that one. DZZ is DB double gold short. And that's an interesting one. It is way at the top, so we'll definitely have to keep an eye on DZZ. I have to jot that one down. Not even familiar with that bad boy right there. And let's go ahead and see what our SPY Mag 7 big caps and all them are doing. But yeah, we ran through our quantum ones. Maybe that was why Z Space is setting up. Maybe that's going to get popped up there too, RCAT and all these. But like I said, it's fascinating to me that they pop up right when they need to, and then they drop that news. Hey, the government, the administration may take a stake in all these companies. I do not like that at all, to be completely honest with you. I think it's terrible. But what are we going to do? We're just sitting here trying to enjoy our lives, right? So anyway, RBNE again hopping up there, TMDE getting ready to. It looks like it was trying to anyway, so we'll keep an eye on them. The SPY is down a little bit, and I didn't think it was going to get cruising. Let's see. It's just kind of hanging out here. I don't think it's going to be a real hard curl back. And again, I don't even know if we're going to touch that 50 down there tomorrow. We'll see how today plays out. It could bounce right back up. Let's see what it looks like right here. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest with you. So I would say going in, it already dipped down, ran up. It looks like it's going to be popping up around here, and then might have a nice dip at the beginning, and then get cruising again. I'll look at it as it opens up. We'll be on in Discord, so you can check us out there and see exactly what it's doing. And there you go with that. Let's go ahead and look at our Mag 7 and all these guys. Apple was up a hair this morning. It's sitting on that trend line, and it doesn't look bad, guys. So again, the market doesn't look terrible. Amazon right here, not looking bad right there. Google is looking pretty good this morning. It was up. And Meta as well. That one's pulling back, but not looking bad right there. And like I said, Microsoft, guys, is looking really, look at that thing. Holy cow. It looks like it wants to pop off, like they have news coming out. And NVIDIA right here isn't looking too bad. So keep an eye on that. Tesla right there is down after the earnings, and we expected that. I mean, it looked like it wanted to pull back. So it did what it wanted. It did what it looked like it wanted to do anyway. So AMC down here at the trend line, we're watching that bad boy for a bounce. GameStop trying to get set up. It's not ready just yet. And Chewy right here is going to get set up. Unity's been trying to get set up. That one looks pretty good right there, guys. And Netflix had been dipping down. It's trying to recover right there. So I guess it is trying to make a base. We'll see about that. Let's look at our semiconductors, AVGO. Pulling back to set up, MU pulling back as well. So the semiconductors are coming down right here. TSM, that one's it's not ready to go up just yet. SMCI, and that one's getting going to have to make a base. AMD, I would say maybe we want to short this down, but maybe not because it might roll off that MACD right there. So that's why you have to look at these things every morning and see what it wants to do. If I could type QCOM in, that's a little healthy pullback, but that one's actually setting up right there. Snow's trying to bounce back up, and PayPal right here is up a little this morning on that trend line. Not looking too bad, I must say. How about Intel pulling back to the 20? It looks like it's going to pull back a little bit more right there. And how about your Dell? And Dell's not looking bad to get set up right here, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. And let's see what IBM is doing. Wow, that was a big dip on the earnings right there for IBM. So we're definitely keeping an eye on that. Palantir, I've been saying, watch for these dips. Look where it might get to. Remember what we were talking about? The 50 and the trend line on that. So there you go. If it hits that trend line, you know it's bouncing off. And Sophie's just getting set up right there. And let's look at our Marin Riot. They're trying to recoup a little bit. They're still pulling back some. Yeah, it's sitting on a trend line. It made a trend line right there for Riot, so we'll see what it wants to do around there. And even Clean Spark right here is trying to rebound after yesterday's big dip, but I'm not so sure they're ready to just yet. MicroStrategy doing the same, has a good support line down there and trying to keep itself up. And let's look at Robinhood right here. That is hitting a trend line as well. So I do think we're going to see a little bounce back in the market coming up relatively soon. You see Coinbase also doing the same thing. And Webull is going to be a good one from down here. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on Webull. You know that. SPCE space. Hold on. I think I have to sneeze. Holy cow. How do I have to sneeze every morning? Anyway, space right here is dipping down. It was running up, look good, and just let it get set back up. It'll run back up again. And let's see what Boeing's doing right here. And that is just getting set up as well. So, yeah, I think it looks pretty good this morning to get back to its bullish run. DJT dipping down just a hair more. And Nike wasn't looking bad yesterday, hitting that 20. It could get popping up there today. McDonald's looked like it wanted to continue its way up, to be honest with you. And we'll see if McDonald's does want to. And Disney right here, that's actually getting set up right there. So it is looking a little bit better. Oxy and ExxonMobil are running up. We talked about them last night, and there you go. And them two are running up right there. Halliburton right here running up a little bit as well, not looking bad. And what NDLS? What was NDLS? What was that? Oh, that noodles company. That was kind of moving up a little bit. SLB, didn't you jot that down? Somebody, Luis Rodriguez, and that's running up. That's an oil and gas one as well. T-Pet right there up a little bit. We talked about that. And our INDO, we looked at this one. It's Indonesia Energy. It is an oil and gas one. MFA is that financial one I think Michael Anthony was talking about. So there you go with all them. Let me see what you guys are looking at over here. Let's look at our crypto real quick. And it is green. It looked like it was up today. And I was telling you guys that, it was just kind of some healthy pullback. And here you go. We're trying to crawl back up, looking much better right there. And looking a lot better for Ethereum. And again, even if they don't curl up this time and they just continue to do exactly what you're seeing them do, it's perfectly fine. They're in this channel. Solana, look at that look right there, guys. And they look like they could get ripping. And at any moment, Ripple right there wants to. Doge looking pretty good. So I would say you're in pretty good shape with your crypto. I never thought it wasn't in good shape. So it was just a little bit of pullback with everything. And again, I think the end of the year is going to be pretty wild here. Look at optimism getting ready to be optimistic. So there you go. That's what the market looks like right there. Let's see what you guys are looking at. Nokia almost at $6 right there. Check that bad boy out. And let's see what else is going on. AREB, DZZ, SLB, we checked out. Game will run when crypto does, since they have a huge treasury. I agree right there. Laptop Travel, it is getting set up. T-Pet Viking had earnings and was up overnight. And there you go. Look at the Viking right there. I don't know if it's exactly ready just yet, but I'll look at it today and see if it's getting to be a good setup right there for the good old Viking. So I'll look at that. IWM, what is it doing there this morning? Laptop Travel, it is trying to set back up. Yeah, that's not looking too bad either. Just that healthy pullback. You got all that great support right there. So that is not looking bad. Your SPY obviously down, coming down to that trend line. And I mean, it's doing exactly what I thought it was going to do. And we talked about this on the show. So it's no surprise. And it doesn't look bad to me, to be completely honest with you. Gold right there trying to rebound. And that looks a little bit better. FANG right here, Diamondback Energy, that's an oil and gas one. That's up a little bit this morning. DNA there. Bert Lee, And let's see what this that's at Ginkgo Bioworks. I couldn't think of the name of it. And let's see what they're up to. It's a biotech company. Some of them have been running. This one just happens to be pulling back at the moment, so we can keep an eye on this Ginkgo Bioworks DNA and see when it wants to get curled up right there, Bert Lee. And let's check out NE right here and see what it's doing. Now that one doesn't look too bad right there. That looks a little bit better. It's going into its earnings next week, it looks like. So let's see what NE is up to. Not familiar with Noble Corporation. It did jump up today. It just has that flat look, as you can see right there. I mean, it doesn't look bad jumping up today, and we'll see if it can continue its way up. I have to look at it. It just has a flat look as it jumped up, and it's not really doing a whole lot right there. Let me see. Yeah, it's not doing anything. It just kind of gapped up there today. So keep an eye on that. That could be a runner right there, Bert Lee. And we'll keep an eye on that one today. NE, I'll jot that down up here as well. And there you go with all that good stuff. And I'd say we just got through the market, crypto, everything else right there. Let me see. I know like all these quantum and computer hardware ones are kind of trending this morning. Again, the administration wants to take a stake in them. They don't look perfect though, but they definitely kept them up off the 50, and it's quite amazing when you see that. IONQ, QBTS, RGTI, QUBT, QS right there. That's that QuantumScape. We were looking at it last night. And again, they don't look perfect, but they're off their trend lines and moving back up. And let's see what else. ETHZ, that one is looks like it's on here. Nothing that we'd probably be playing with though, but anyway, it did spike up. It's another biotech, Zelia. I have no idea, but I'm not so sure about that one right there either. And let's see what else. IBM down and BBGI, whatever this one is too. I'm not sure. BBGI, Beasley Broadcast. We've looked at this before, and look at that big spike up. Holy cow, that one went running there. Look at BBGI. I don't know what they did this morning, but they must have done something up to 959 right there. They own a couple radio stations around here. I know that. So there you go with Beasley Broadcast, and that's BBGI right there. And let's see what else is going on. Oh, let me see. And IBM down, and that's about it over there. And let me take a look and see if we're missing anything. What did our news say down here? Oil jumps and Tesla skids. Gold just stumbled. A JP Morgan strategist says the metal could double in value. And stock futures are a little changed as investors digest earnings. And AI is keeping the U.S. economy out of a recession. Oh, really, Yahoo? That's amazing. And stock steady. Crude oil jumps on Russian sanctions right there. So that is what we're looking at this morning, guys. And again, we have the jobless claims today, CPI tomorrow. SPY is just pulling back, and it doesn't look bad. Like it's just doing exactly what we thought it was going to do. And it might even try to like base itself out or curl up there today. Like I said, there's your pullback. It'll try to run up here and then maybe pull back as the market opens. It looks like it's going to be dipping around and jumping around today. And we are going into the CPI, so nobody knows what to expect. So you're going to have a bounce around day right there. You can already see it. It's a little bit flat. And there you go, everybody. I would say that's a fun pre-market review. Microsoft getting set up. It may pull back a little bit, but this bad boy is getting set up to do something right there. So keep an eye on that. We'll be watching Microsoft MSFT right there. Yeah, it just has that look. And that is what the market looks like, everybody. And AREB is running up there just as we thought this morning, popping up, looking pretty good. So keep an eye on that one right there. And LDI not looking bad going into today. As you can see, that thing could get jumping up here as well. It looks pretty good. Let's look at LDI because I do like that one today. And there you are. It has that look like it wants to get cruising. We'll see how it gets moving. It doesn't look bad right there. And it didn't look bad. It's just a little bit flat. But at 324, so there you are, everybody. I would say a pretty fun pre-market review right there. I'd say we got through everything. And let me see if we missed anything over here real quick. Let me see real quick. Nope. I think we got everything over there. So yeah, the quantum ones are jumping up there on that news that the administration wants to take a stake in it, which is pretty wild. I mean, I don't agree with any of that, to be honest with you. I think that's a little bit crazy, but it is making them jump back up there, at least be stable. Again, they don't even look that great. They're just kind of stair step themselves down and didn't get curled down completely. So it was amazing timing, that's for sure. Progressive G. How about that RBNE? I was talking about you last night, and wasn't that pretty impressive? We were talking about that in the Discord yesterday. We'll see what these want to do as the market opens. Like I said, they ran up a little bit of pullback, but they could absolutely come down and then get ripping today. So we'll be on in the Discord and we'll keep you guys posted. But I was talking about that one yesterday. Me and you were asking about it. And I said, well, I'll let you know. I didn't realize it was going to pop at 6 o'clock, like 2 hours later. That was pretty wild. It just looked like it was getting set up, and I could tell that look for it because I look at it and it always pops up, and it was starting to get that look. I just didn't think it was going to happen right then and there. I apologize. I should have been like, yeah, grab that thing because holy cow, it looks like it. And it had that. I was saying it. I was like, it gets this certain look. And it was like right there. And then all of a sudden, boom, I didn't look at it. Obviously, we hopped off at like I hopped off at like 4 o'clock, and then you could tell it started to really get that look right there. I would have been like, "Whoop, it's getting that look again." But yeah, it started to have that look going into yesterday. You could see it, and I was watching it, and that's why I was talking about it. And it gets these crazy spike ups. So anyway, we'll see what happens. It does look like they want to continue up with that sanction news. So we'll see what's going on with all that as well. It says no clear catalyst has been identified. Is that today? Yeah, that was yesterday for this aftermarket price. Well, it was obviously the sanctions on Russia. And so, yeah, we could see oil and gas. And remember, we were talking about them ones looking pretty good. Gush was up right there, looking pretty nice. So we'll keep an eye looking for an entry on that one. There you go. Yeah, I wish we had just said, yeah, just it has that look. We should probably just start jumping into it because holy cow, 2 hours later, like I said, I stopped looking at it at 4:15, right around there, and then right at 6 o'clock, you could see it. It got that real look, and then boom, it just went nuts. So my apologies for that one, Progressive G. We were literally us two were talking about it in the chat and on the Discord yesterday afternoon. How crazy is that? So yeah, it does get that look. It's pretty wild, and I definitely can pick it out real quick. It just I don't know. It just you can see when it wants to jump up. I think they might run up again this morning, or today. So we'll be watching all these things. You know that, and I'll hop on in the morning with Ben in Discord, and you guys will get to see all that good stuff. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's what our market looks like this morning. Again, just a heat map. I mean, it's some are up, some are down, some are flat. It's all over the place, and we're going into the CPI tomorrow. So I do think it's going to be a bounce around, but then oil and gas ones could be running, and that AREB is looking good. So keep your eyes on that as well. It's looking pretty healthy right there. And also that LDI not looking bad. It's just a little bit flat right here. So we'll see how that runs up this morning. And there you go, everybody. Any questions? Be sure to hit me up on X, send me a DM. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence and be sure to follow along on X, Instagram, YouTube, and all that good stuff like the show. And you guys know we do this show every morning at 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. And then if you're just tuning into this one, tune into the night show. We do that Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Sundays through Thursday nights at 8 p.m. So we will be doing a show this evening on Thursday night. And again, the World Series finally starts tomorrow night. That'll be exciting. And we'll keep you guys posted on what's going on right there. There's that Marriott. We were talking about it last night, and Waste Management up a tiny bit right there. And TSN was at Tyson's Food, just a little bit of pullback right there. What's that UAMY doing? A little bit of healthy pullback, nothing crazy. So yeah, there you go, guys. That is what our market looks like. And what was that one? EONR. That's it. And that's also jumping around this morning and looks like it could run up a little more there, Doge Mama 9. So that was a beauty. And there you go, everybody. So be sure to enjoy your day right there. That's what it looks like. We'll keep you posted. And be sure to trade smart and lock in those profits, of course. So there you are, everyone. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later. And have a great day.